Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for our honored guests that are here today. And just to let you know before we start, we are live streaming this onto our YouTube channel. Just for spacing purposes, our kindergarten, first, second, and third grades are watching from their classrooms right now, and fourth, fifth, and sixth are in here. So we welcome all of you, and we'll turn it over to our sixth graders who are going to run our show today.
Welcome to the R.L. Wright Elementary Veterans Day program. Please join the Sedgwick Cub Scout Pack 487 in the posting of colors.
Color guard, attention. Would the audience please rise? Color guard, forward march. Salute. Those not in uniform, please put your right hand over your heart. Color guard, hold. Color guard, post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard, reform. Color guard, return to post. Color guard, hold. Color guard, at ease. Audience, you may be seated. Today we pay tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially those veterans who served our country honorably. Harry S. Truman said, "Our debt to the heroic men and valiant women in the service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude."
Veterans Day occurs on November 11th every year in the United States in honor of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918 that signaled the end of World War I, known as Armistice Day. The first celebration using the term Veterans Day occurred in Birmingham, Alabama in 1947. Raymond Weeks, a World War II veteran, organized National Veterans Day, which included a parade and other festivities to honor all veterans. Kansas Congressman Ed Reese took the Veterans Day proposal to Congress on May 26, 1954. President Eisenhower signed a bill into law changing Armistice Day to Veterans Day. The United States military has 6 branches of service. They each have their own symbols and emblems. The U.S. Army is the land service branch of the military. The emblem has a Roman cuirass, which is a symbol of strength and defense. The sword, espadon, musket, bayonet, cannon, cannonballs, and mortar bombs are all representative of the Army.
The Navy is a maritime branch of the military. The emblem consists of the shield of the United States in front of an American bald eagle with spreaded wings and perched upon loose cat anchor.
The Air Force is the air service branch of the military. The crest includes of the American bald eagle, which is a symbol of the United States air striking power. The cloud formation depicts on the creation of a new firmament, and the wreath composed of 6 alternate folds of silver and blue incorporate the colors of basic shield design.
The Marines are the maritime land force service in the United States. Part of the emblem includes a screaming eagle perching on top of the globe. Around the globe is an anchor.
The Coast Guard is the maritime security, search and rescue, and law enforcement service branch of the United States Armed Forces. The Coast Guard emblem is a pair of crossed anchors superimposed by a life ring with a shield and a line growing.
Space Force is a separate and distinct branch of the armed services, organized under the Department of the Air Force.
The reserve was created to provide and maintain trained units at home while active duty service members are deployed. With the exception of the Space Force, each military branch has a reserve component under its command, which is available for active duty deployment in times of war or national emergency.
The United States has many memorials devoted to veterans. Some are the U.S. Navy Submarine Service and SS-24A Memorial and Veterans Memorial Park in Wichita, Kansas. Another one is the World War II Memorials, which is also in Memorial Park. It is in honor of the branches of the military. There is also the Kansas Korean War Veteran Memorial, which is in honor of the Korean War.
The red poppy symbolizes the sacrifices made by soldiers who fought against Germany. The red poppy also means remembrance and hope for our peaceful future. The red poppy was chosen to represent the sacrifices soldiers made during World War I because they grew on the field where many soldiers lost their lives. The red poppy became popular because of the poem In Flanders Field by John McCrae. In Flanders Field, the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw. To the torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who died. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field.
TAPS is unique to the U.S. military and was originally a signal to extinguish lights. Until the Civil War, the infantry call for extinguished lights was one sent down in the infantry manuals, which had been borrowed from the French. The music for TAPS was changed by Major General Daniel Adams Butterfield for his brigade in July 1862. The origin of the word TAPS is thought to come from the Dutch word for tattoo. Other origin stories for TAPS exist, including a myth about a boy killed fighting for the South. His father, a captain in the Union Army, found his dead body and found a note that said TAPS in his pocket. There is no evidence that backs up this theory of the boy and his son.
Today, the 24 mournful notes comprising TAPS are played to commemorate the memory of the members of all 5 branches of the armed forces: the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard.
Scott, that was great. I have a couple of guests here with me today, and what we would like to do now is take a moment for each of you to introduce yourself and where you served, when you served, and just share that with us so we can welcome you. If you want to, kind of turn around when we give you the microphone, and then these my friends here will give you a little gift and we'll just pass the microphone down, okay? And you sit in a perfect spot. He's going, man, can I sit on the other side? All right, would you start for us?
All right, so my name is Brandon Miller. I'm Paxton and Paisley Miller's dad. I served from 2013 to 2021, just this last year, then joined the Guard. So I originally went to Fort Carson first, and then we moved to Fort Riley in 2016, and I finished out my time for active duty there. So 2018, I did a rotation to Europe for a year, and I never really got to do the combat deployments so far. So.
I'm Christian Eve talking, said that I am obviously Air Force. I work on aircraft, jet engine mechanic. I joined in 2012, I'm still serving. I work at McConnell and I've been there for about 10 years.
Christian Ballard, I'm Noah and Avery Ray's father. I've been going on now 12 years, Kansas Guard, had two rotations over in the Middle East, and I just returned from a 1-year stint down at the border in the Border Patrol.
Millie and Ivy Donaldson's dad. I was in the U.S. Navy from 2007 to 2013. Did 3 deployments, 2 to the desert and 1 to Japan.
Ed Dreyer, Sutton and Bennett are my grandsons. And I served in the Air Force from 65 to 73 during Vietnam. And I was stateside the whole time because I had an easy job in the Air Force. I was a base fuels accountant. And so I learned how to run computers, and I stayed at home here the whole time. It was a great opportunity.
I'm John Snyder. Zoe and Allison are my grandchildren. I served with from almost the same time, 69 to 75, and 184th College Air Force Base. And this, for history for the children, that was right after the Koreans took our ship, and 184th was deployed to Korean Peninsula. And fortunately, I was left here in Wichita, so I didn't get deployed. I still feel for all those people from my neighborhood and my city town that lost their lives in Vietnam.
Hi guys, I'm Veronica Chapman. I pretty much know all of you guys. I have 6 kids. 4 of you guys go to school here. I have Isaiah in the high school. Eliana is a 6th grader. She was the bass drummer today. Gabriel's a 4th grader, and Zaya's a 3rd grader. I think I got that all right. So I joined the Army in 2000, right while I was finishing high school. I served for 14 and a half years. Most of my time I spent here in Kansas at the Officer Candidate School. I never deployed because I was busy having babies and doing other things, so it's kind of a good thing for me, I guess. And now I'm here hanging out with you guys, so thank you.
I'm Don Halshield, and my grandson is Van Sampson. And I was in Vietnam in 72 to 73 as a helicopter crew chief and door gunner. And then I also served in the Navy Reserve back in the 80s as a hospital corpsman. So I've been in 2 branches of the military. And I just want to say what I've seen here today is certainly worth fighting for.
I'm Mike Ramsey, my grandson here at Carson Lee Ramsey. Hi, Carson. I joined the Navy in 1967 and got out in December of 70. Went through about a year of training over that 3-year period. Spent a year on a ship that was deployed to Vietnam, that was the USS Tower, and had an opportunity to volunteer and serve on U.S. Navy Swift boats, Vietnam, so I did that for 1 year. That's it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ty Ramsey. I'm Carson's father. I joined the Navy in 2007, did a deployment to Guam and to the Middle East, and got out in 2015.
Alright, my name is James Van Winkle. I'm just really good friends with Ty here and the family. We were together in a lot of interesting situations. But I joined back in 2004, got out in 2014, and I now live in Oklahoma City, and I drove 3 hours to come up here to be with y'all.
I'm Mike Kozet. I served in the Navy from 61 to 67. I was blessed to be on a carrier, so I never saw combat. My grandkids are Davis and Annabelle. Nicholson. My stepmother right over there. She serves here too. As I said, I was in the Navy, and just thank you for the program today. Very nice.
My name is Mike Paul. I'm a proud grandfather of Spencer Cromerline, and I served in the Army from 1970 to 1972, and my main duty stations were in Fort Hood, Texas, and East and West Germany. Thank you for having us today.
Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Joe Dietz. I am the father of Lucy and Piper. And where's Natalie? Natalie. I'm also the uncle for Noah and Sammy as well. I joined the Kansas National Guard Air Force back in 2001. I was a bomb loader on the B-1 for a number of months and years, and then became a boom operator on the KC-135, so those military airplanes flying over. Did that for about 5 years, saw the world, and then I became an intelligence officer at that point. So for about 15 years, I did intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys all over the world. And then I've recently been called up to Topeka at our Joint Forces headquarters, where I serve next to the commander of the Kansas Air National Guard, taking care of all of our airmen. Thank you to the school for putting this on. You guys all honor us. This is absolutely incredible, so thank you.
My name is James. I am the father of Noah and Samantha, and the uncle of Natalie, Piper, and Lucy out there. I want to thank you all again. This is a great program. I'm very impressed. I spent the last 20 years in the Army. I retired actually just 2 months ago. So I started out actually in the Kansas Air National Guard here in Wichita. And then after a year, I got a scholarship for ROTC to go back to school. So the Air Force let me go. In the Army, that's when I started my career in the Army. So let's see, I've been all over the United States. Lived in Colorado, Texas, San Antonio, Texas. That's where I met my wife, Joe Dietz, and many of you know her. She is going to sub here for this year. And then I went out to Washington State. I lived in Hawaii for a bit. As awesome as that sounds, being there for 3 years, you're ready to come back home. So, and then we went to El Paso, Texas, and then I finished up in Maryland. I had 6 deployments, 3 combat deployments in Afghanistan, Kuwait, and Iraq, and then 3 humanitarian missions in Honduras twice, and then also Western Indonesia. So by job, I'm a nurse anesthesiologist. Now that I'm retired, I work in Wichita at the VA. So perhaps maybe if any of you can come through there, the veterans get through there, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Good morning, I'm Ron Deeds. My wife and I, Shannon, we served, great name, Shannon. We served last 30 years in the Army and Air Force. I retired in 2006. I've been all over the world. I know these rough rats running around here real well. Enjoyed retirement. We've been traveling the United States, seeing it all since 2006. So, all right, thank you.
name is Dennis Gady, and I'm the proud grandfather of McKenna and Hayden Gady. And I served from 1970 to 1990 in the Air Force. I did a short tour in Southeast Asia during Vietnam, and I was stationed in Thailand, and I was at Iraq in the Top League. And then I went to England, where I met my wife in Greece. She was on vacation, and I was down there just moving off. And so we've been blessed with our 2 grandchildren, and we have 2 sons. So thank you.
James Alex Lukenbach. I served 8 years in the United States Marine Corps. I served 1 tour in Iraq and 1 tour in Afghanistan. Father of Gary and Elizabeth Lukenbach. Thanks for having us.
Once again, the kids are going to wrap it up, but I just want to tell you, I mean, what an honor for us to be, and for you guys to be here with us today, and just how many years. It's pretty amazing just in this room what you guys have done. So we just thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Please stand and sing our national anthem.
oneself. Thank you for your sacrifices for our country, and thank you to those who came to honor our veterans. Have a great day.
And our sixth grade, you did an awesome job, and their teacher, Mrs. Connery, who set this all up. Nice job. Kids, if you have a veteran guest and you'd like to stay and take a picture with them, you can do so. Everyone else, look for your teacher and have a great day.